so I'm going to be talking about PDA today. So with a show of hands, who would feel uncomfortable if you saw this? If you were in this guy's position, would you feel uncomfortable with a show of hands? Really?
Yes.
Okay. So people who didn't raise their hands, do you guys show affection in public?
Try not to.
Okay. Well, today, so I'll be talking about PDA today. I'm pretty sure every one of you guys have seen PDA around, and it makes people feel really uncomfortable, like even just glimpsing at them, like for like a couple seconds. It's just really awkward. I have been around PD my whole entire life because my best friend and her boyfriend, every day at lunch, they would just start making out in front of me while we're eating, and oh my, it was just so disturbing. Like, okay, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, and then, okay, so there's no problem with showing love in public, but there's a limit. Like, I believe there's a limit and there's an extent to where, it's just like, it gets kind of nasty in public. Okay, so today I'll be talking to you guys about, Okay, so today I'll be talking about what PD is and how PD is portrayed around the world, why people do it, and how younger people are affected, and some of the solutions of PDA. So to start off my presentation, I'll be talking to you guys about what PDA is. So PDA stands for Public Display of Affection. According to wisgeek.com, PDA is any gesture which culture suggests is sexual or romantic in nature, taking place in arenas open to other members of the public. These gestures consist of touching, holding hands, kissing, hugging, or any other physical contact that is somewhat sexual. Doing these things in public means doing it in parks, libraries, amusement parks, museums, schools, and other public areas. So what is PDA? Okay. So PDA in other cultures, PDA in other cultures is known worldwide. Like, PDA is known worldwide, and in America, Europe, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, PDA is very common in public, especially during night events. Other acts of sexual gestures are presented, such as like grinding or dancing really closely together. In India, public affection has influenced the younger generation, which is now more common in younger groups, more common in younger groups than in old generations. In East Asia, PDA was very uncommon because of the belief that displaying public affection is rude and they're not true to their culture. And according to a 2012 article from the Korean Times, older generations stayed true to themselves while the younger generation became more affectionate in public. Most of the older people feel it is disrespectful to show affection in public, while some younger people just don't care about what other people think. PD is somehow all around us no matter what, and it's pretty unavoidable. So why do some couples not realize how other people feel? In my next point, I'll be talking about why people show so much affection in public. Okay. So why do people show affection in public? PDA, like this, is just too much to me. Like, would you guys agree? Would you guys feel really uncomfortable when you guys saw this in public?
That's way too much.
Yeah, so like this is my issue. But there's nothing wrong with just like hugging or holding hands or kissing. Like, that's fine for me. From an article from lovepinky.com, a person was asked a question of exactly why she chose PDA, and she answered by saying, "I love PDA. There's something about them that makes me feel so good. I'm not trying to do it just to show off, but it's exciting to make out in parties when there are others around." According to most of the subjects, showing PDA makes them more excited and more aroused, and it made it more entertaining and exciting to not know what's going on around them. Okay, so other reasons why people show PDA is to show that they love their partner and they're not ashamed of their partner or anything, and they don't care about what other people think. Okay, so like I said, PDA is okay to a certain point, but this is just Okay, so how does this affect people around us? It affects people because it's disrespectful towards the public because it's just rude and awkward. It also makes parents really fearful for their kids because if they see young kids making out in public, then what would they think about their children in the future? Also, it can make people pretty depressed because if they just got out of a relationship and they see like couples like making out and stuff, it like gives them like memories. Okay, so some of the solutions. It's pretty simple, just know when and where you're doing it. If you're with your partner in a public area, just keep in mind a few tips. In glamour.com, a 2011 article states a couple of tips on what to do when you're in public with your partner. It just states that you should not be affectionate around children, when people are eating, not doing it in someone's way, and anything like that. So if you're tempted to show affection in public, just resist. Just wait, you know? It's not that hard. At least you have a partner, okay? Just saying. Okay, so some other solutions are doing it at home, of course, privately, in a car, private. Going to night events like, okay, strip clubs, raves, concerts, because obviously these people are also going to be pretty crazy. You guys been to parties, right? No? Okay, well, yeah, they're pretty much like that too, so you guys have things in common. Okay, so in conclusion, I've talked about what PDA is and how it is portrayed around the world, why people do it and how people are affected, and some of the solutions to decrease disturbing PDA. And so